Well, a few different places. My preferred places to source, probably my main place I source now, certainly at the upper end of my minimum order quantities. When you know that your product works, then I always come to global sources. You tend to find this is where bigger companies are, and it's also tends to be cheaper than Alibaba as well. But that's probably just down to minimum order quantities. I'm not quite sure, but certainly anecdotally it seems cheaper than global sources when you than Alibaba when you're comparing the two. So I do shitloads of sourcing here, global sources. What you should all do is get onto their mailing lists for your particular category, because every month they will send you a newsletter with brand new products in that category. Super cool things to do. Like, you can see all the shit I go looking at and go sourcing and shit like that. So subscribe now, free alerts on newly added products. So get onto that. It's really cool to do. I really like those guys. I also source as well. Weirdly, I source from AliExpress. So I also source from AliExpress as well, and oftentimes, here's a little tip for you. Oftentimes, the supplier on Alibaba who will not let you reduce your minimum order quantity down to 100 units, whatever it is you want to buy, will also be selling the same product on AliExpress. So you can, if they will not give you a low MOQ on Alibaba, then you can just order find it on AliExpress and order it there to get the same thing. And of course, what you do is you say to them, hey, we found your product on AliExpress. You're selling them singularly, for God's sake. Surely you can reduce my MOQ for me, given that you're selling your frigging product singularly on AliExpress. That works really well. So I like AliExpress. That's super cool to do. And I think it was Damo as well who talked about the wholesaling as well. I'm having to think about that. Damo, I know you're on the call. What's that wholesale thing that you put up the other day, Damo? If you can get that for me, because I know you found something with that, which I thought was very cool. So while Damo's bringing that up, the other place I go sourcing as well is I go sourcing a lot domestically. I do a lot of sourcing, and typically, if that's in Australia, for instance, then I source directly from suppliers that I find at trade shows. So can I think of a good one? Well, here's one. Read gift fair. So the Reed gift fair, for instance. Thanks, mate. As soon as you get it, just post it in there for me, Damo, because I know I thought you got it. The Reed gift fair. Blah blah blah. That's where, if you're going to sourcing gifts, then the Reed gift of Sydney. All you'd need to do is go look at their people who are selling and exhibiting at this particular gift fair, trade show, to find direct suppliers that you can work with, for instance. And I use this heaps as a sourcing strategy. By the way, we were talking about wholesaling a little bit earlier. Great for wholesaling. You often find distributors at these kind of things. So it's not the factory, it's a middleman basically, aka a wholesaler. So that's a really cool thing to be able to do for that too. So I hope that helps. So also there, I'll come back to Damo with what he's going, but I think it was, gosh, wasn't it just at the, it's not that, Ashar. Anybody else remember what that was? It was AliExpress wholesale. Let's just try Googling it, see what comes up. Wholesale, there it is. I don't think it was you. I think it was, mate. Maybe you've forgotten that you put it up. You're genius. But I think this is it. Anyway, here it is. Here's a link for everybody to go find it. There you go. And then you can source here too. Send to all. And much, much cheaper this way too, by the way. And you can buy in larger quantities as well. Blah, 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 blah. So that's super cool to do as well. So, Lorraine, that's 3 great alternate places to source products from. And each of those particular places will suit you depending on the volume of business you're planning to transact through it. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much, much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.